life-transforming teachings of Sri Ramana Maharishi for contemplation and meditation. The only useful purpose of the present birth is to turn within and realize the self. No one succeeds without effort. Those who succeed owe their success to perseverance. If a person overlooks the faults of others and sees only their merits, and thus keeps his mind pure and serene, his whole life will be happy. To be unconcerned in all things, with the mind cool, free of desires, and without hate, is beautiful in a seeker. If one knows that bliss is none other than the self, the mind becomes inward turned. If the self is gained, all the desires are fulfilled. The greatest error of a man is to think that he is weak by nature, evil by nature. Every man is divine and strong in his real nature. What are weak and evil are his habits, his desires and thoughts, but not himself. All that is required to realize the self is to be still. The sense of I pertains to the person, the body, and the brain. When a man knows his true self, for the first time something else arises from the depths of his being and takes possession of him. That something is behind the mind. It is infinite, divine, eternal. Some people call it the kingdom of heaven, others call it the soul, and others again nirvana. Hindus call it liberation. You may give it what name you wish. When this happens, a man has not really lost himself. Rather, he has found himself. Unless and until a man embarks on this quest of the true self, doubt and uncertainty will follow his footsteps through life. The greatest kings and statesmen try to rule others when in their heart of hearts they know that they cannot rule themselves. Yet the greatest power is at the command of the man who has penetrated to his inmost depth. What is the use of knowing about everything else when you do not yet know who you are? Men avoid this inquiry into the true self. But what else is there so worthy to be undertaken? The one then in deep sleep is also now awake. There was happiness in deep sleep, but misery in wakefulness. There was no I thought in sleep, but it is now while awake. The state of happiness and of no I thought in sleep is without effort. The aim should be to bring about that state even now. That requires effort. Bliss is a thing which is always there. It is not something which comes and goes. That which comes and goes is a creation of the mind, and you should not worry about it. Realization of the self is the greatest help that can be rendered to humanity. The present difficulty is that man thinks he is the doer, but it is a mistake. It is the higher power which does everything, and man is only a tool. Whether you continue in the household or renounce it and go to the forest, the obstacle is the mind. It must be got over whether in the home or in the forest. Solitude is an attitude of mind. A man attached to the things of life cannot get solitude, wherever he may be. A detached man is always in solitude. Happiness is your nature. It is not wrong to desire it. What is wrong is seeking it outside when it is inside.